The history of Iran dates back to ancient times, and the region has been ruled by various dynasties and empires over the centuries. The first recorded dynasty in Iran was the Elamite dynasty, which emerged in the 4th millennium BCE. Later, the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great, came to power in 550 BCE and lasted until the conquest by Alexander the Great in 330 BCE. The Achaemenids were known for their vast empire, which extended from the Balkans to the Indus Valley. After the fall of the Achaemenids, Iran was ruled by various Hellenistic kingdoms, including the Seleucids and the Parthians. In 224, the Sasanian Empire emerged, which was known for its strong central government, military prowess, and cultural achievements. The Sasanian Empire lasted until the Arab conquest of Iran in 651. After the Arab conquest, Iran was ruled by various Muslim dynasties, including the Abbasids, the Bu'ayyids, and the Seljuks. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan conquered Iran and ruled the region until the 14th century. During this period, Iran experienced significant cultural and economic growth, especially under the Ilkhanate dynasty. In the 16th century, the Safavid dynasty emerged and established Shia Islam as the official religion of Iran. The Safavids were known for their artistic and cultural achievements, as well as their military successes, such as the victory over the Ottomans at the Battle of Chaldiran in 1514. The Safavid Empire lasted until the 18th century, when it was weakened by internal conflicts and external pressures. The Safavid dynasty was one of the most significant dynasties in Iranian history. Founded by Shah Ismail I in 1501, the Safavids ruled over Iran for over 2 centuries, during which time they left a lasting impact on the country's politics, culture, and religion. One of the most significant accomplishments of the Safavid dynasty was the establishment of Shia Islam as the state religion of Iran. Prior to the Safavids, Sunni Islam was the dominant religion in Iran, but Ismail I was a fervent Shia Muslim and believed that the Shia interpretation of Islam was the correct one. He worked to convert the population of Iran to Shia Islam and even engaged in military campaigns against neighboring Sunni powers. The Safavid dynasty also worked to modernize Iran's economy and administration. They established a centralized bureaucracy, a standing army, and a system of taxation that allowed them to maintain control over their territories. They also worked to expand Iranian trade and commerce, establishing trade relations with European powers and building a network of roads and caravanserais to facilitate commerce within Iran. Under the Safavid dynasty, Iran experienced a period of significant cultural and artistic growth. Safavid rulers were known for their patronage of the arts, including architecture, painting, calligraphy, and literature. Many of the most famous works of Persian literature, such as the Shahnameh Book of Kings, and the works of the poet Hafez, were produced during this period. The Safavids also worked to build grand monuments and public spaces, many of which can still be seen in Iran today. One of the most famous examples is the Imam Mosque in Isfahan, which is known for its intricate tile work and beautiful architecture. Other notable examples include the Ali Kapı Palace and the Sheikh Lotfullah Mosque, both of which are located in Isfahan. The Safavid dynasty was also known for its military prowess. Safavid armies were well-trained and well-equipped, and they were able to expand the empire's borders through a series of military campaigns. Under Shabbas I, the Safavid army defeated the Ottoman Empire in a number of key battles, including the Battle of Chaldiran in 1514 and the Battle of Dimdim in 1609. Despite these successes, the Safavid dynasty was not without its challenges. The dynasty faced numerous rebellions and uprisings throughout its history, particularly from various Sunni groups that opposed the Safavids' Shia beliefs. The dynasty also faced significant external threats, particularly from the Ottoman Empire, which was one of the most powerful states in the region at the time. The Safavid dynasty came to an end in 1722, when the Afghan army invaded Iran and captured the capital city of Isfahan. The Afghan invasion marked the beginning of a period of decline for Iran, as the country fell under the control of various foreign powers, including the Ottoman Empire and the Qajar dynasty. Despite this, the Safavid dynasty remains an important period in Iranian history and is remembered for its cultural, artistic, and political achievements. Capital cities. The Safavid dynasty had several capital cities throughout its history. Initially, the dynasty's capital was Tabriz, which was located in northwestern Iran. However, in the 16th century, the capital was moved to Qazvin, which was better situated for controlling the entire country. Later, the capital was moved again to Isfahan, which was considered one of the most beautiful cities in the world at the time. Isfahan became the center of Safavid culture and art, and many of the most famous Safavid monuments, such as the Imam Mosque and the Ali Kapur Palace, were built there. Culture. The Safavid dynasty is known for its rich cultural heritage, which was influenced by both Persian and Shia Islamic traditions. Safavid art and architecture were characterized by intricate geometric patterns, calligraphy, and colorful tile work. Persian literature also flourished during this period, with many famous poets, such as Hafez and Saadi, producing works that are still revered today. The Safavids were also known for their religious tolerance, particularly towards other Shia Muslim groups. They welcomed refugees from other parts of the Muslim world, particularly those who were persecuted for their Shia beliefs. As a result, Iran became a center of Shia scholarship and learning during this period. People. The Safavid dynasty was made up of a diverse population, including Persians, Azeris, Armenians, Georgians, and others. The Safavids themselves were of mixed ancestry, with both Persian and Turkic roots. The dynasty also had a significant population of Shia Muslims, who formed the religious backbone of the state. Many of the Safavid kings were also patrons of the arts and literature, and were known for their love of poetry and music. Overall, the Safavid dynasty was a period of significant cultural and artistic achievement, as well as political and military power. The dynasty's legacy can still be seen in Iran today, particularly in the art, architecture, and literature produced during this period. The Safavid dynasty was founded by Shah Ismail I in 1501. Ismail I was a descendant of the Safavid order of Sufi Islam, which had its roots in the northern regions of modern-day Iran. He was also a fierce warrior who managed to conquer much of modern-day Iran and establish himself as the Shah, king, of a unified Iran. One of the most significant accomplishments of the Safavid dynasty was the establishment of Shia Islam as the state religion of Iran. Prior to the Safavids, Sunni Islam was the dominant religion in Iran, but Ismail I was a fervent Shia Muslim and believed that the Shia interpretation of Islam was the correct one. He worked to convert the population of Iran to Shia Islam and even engaged in military campaigns against neighboring Sunni powers. Under the Safavid dynasty, Iran experienced a period of significant cultural and artistic growth. Safavid rulers were known for their patronage of the arts, including architecture, painting, calligraphy, and literature. Many of the most famous works of Persian literature, such as the Shahnameh Book of Kings, and the works of the poet Hafez, were produced during this period. The Safavids also worked to modernize Iran's economy and administration. They established a centralized bureaucracy, a standing army, and a system of taxation that allowed them to maintain control over their territories. They also worked to expand Iranian trade and commerce, establishing trade relations with European powers and building a network of roads and caravanserais to facilitate commerce within Iran. The Safavid dynasty came to an end in 1722, when the Afghan army invaded Iran and captured the capital city of Isfahan. The Afghan invasion marked the beginning of a period of decline for Iran, as the country fell under the control of various foreign powers, including the Ottoman Empire and the Qajar dynasty. Despite this, the Safavid dynasty remains an important period in Iranian history and is remembered for its cultural, artistic, and political achievements. Here are some of the most notable Safavid kings and their accomplishments. Ismail I.R. 1501–1524, founder of the Safavid dynasty, Ismail I established Shia Islam as the state religion of Iran and helped unify the country after centuries of fragmentation. He also expanded Iranian territory through military conquests. Damaspi R. 1524–1576, Damaspi continued his father's work in consolidating Safavid rule, and was known for his patronage of art and culture. He also successfully defended Iran against Ottoman and Uzbek invasions. Abbas I.R. 1588–1629, Abbas I, also known as Abbas the Great, was one of the most powerful and influential Safavid kings. He expanded Iranian territory to include parts of Iraq, the Caucasus, and Central Asia, and implemented numerous reforms to modernize the country's administration, economy, and military. He was also a patron of the arts and encouraged the development of Iranian culture. Safi R. 1629–1642, Safi was a relatively weak ruler who faced numerous challenges during his reign, including rebellions, economic crises, and Ottoman and Uzbek invasions. Abbas II, R. 1642–1666, Abbas II, also known as Sultan Egalbi Abbas, was a strong ruler who continued his grandfather's policies of centralization, modernization, and expansion. He also patronized the arts and literature, and was known for his love of poetry. Suleiman I.R. 1666–1694, Suleiman I, also known as Shah Suleiman the Magnificent, was a patron of the arts and literature, and helped expand Iranian trade and commerce. He also established diplomatic relations with European powers, including England and France. Sultan Hussein, R. 1694–1722, Sultan Hussein was the last Safavid king, and his reign was marked by political instability, economic decline, and military defeats at the hands of the Ottoman